because a large company might pressure me into being less competitive. This is why it takes a little bit of willpower, because if you're feeling hesitant to use guacamole recipe number 23, you're going to go the much harder way. What is guacamole recipe number 23? Let's not even back up. Let's DJ in together existing APIs, which is what guacamole recipe number 23 is a DJ of existing APIs. Let's say we're using the franchise of South by, calling it South by South Lawn, changing one word. Or if you're doing 12 days of OpenAI, which is also not trademarked, because 12 days of Christmas, that already exists. So if you're doing 12 days of OpenAI, that's in the public lexicon. Am I now doing a Harvard Law School, Yale Law School, Stanford Law School, Cal Law School, Bolt? Yeah, because Bolt is the dude's name and what we're doing by springboarding and then bolting ahead. Using the 12 days of OpenAI, that's aggressive. It's legal, but let's make it even more legal with your semi-pro paralegal, the Oriental Cowboy, talking about the unofficial 23 days of OpenAI. Legal. This is the dynamic which people who are under 25 have, is fear of being sued. Guess what? If you want to be a millionaire, somebody's going to be jealous, and because they're a little jelly, they're going to sue you for doing something that is legal. Have you ever heard of this before? I'm going to sue you out of existence because we're in a battle. Yeah. And if you're under 23, and if you're under 20, and if you're under 30, maybe cowboy up. How? How are we going to cowboy up? This is how. And you're welcome. This is how we're going to cowboy up. We're going to take an existing flagship concept, 12 days of OpenAI, the 12 days of Christmas, the unofficial sequel to Warren Buffett's book. And we are going to not get sued while we practice proactive trademark offense. Carl Opedal, genius stuff with trademark and copyright. Because if I'm saying that I'm a fan of Uber doing an Uber API before Uber, now I'm doing a springboarded effort using external API, because we get to benefit. Because what is the golf tour and what started first? The senior golf tour or the regular golf tour? Exactly. And so we get to win at entrepreneurship because we're adding one word, senior golf tour. And then the sequel business to the golf tour is the senior golf tour. Just like South by South Lawn is a sequel to South by Southwest, you're changing the W to an L. So when you're saying, I'm so hezzy, you're not realizing that there's a remix button, a button to remix. Is this Stanford Engineering, Computer Science 183, E for edit? Yeah. Launched way before September 14, 2015. Did Stanford University trademark the number 183? Larry, do you sell hats? Pretty good hair, right? Do you sell hats? Do you sell hats? Focus when you're saying, I'm so hezzy. Why? Because the name of the school is Leland Stanford Junior College University. And so, are you attending a junior college, or are you attending a college that you did not yet enter, which is the event that was Stanford Angels? Because I'm not quite sure that that was an officially sanctioned event. That's aggressive, calling it Stanford Angels. That's incredibly aggressive. I didn't recommend that you do UT Entrepreneur Week, because what is UT debuting in Austin as a sequel to Stanford Entrepreneur Week? I cleared it with initially the better UT, University of Tennessee. Now I have then bridged to hashtag UT eWeek, which is now in Austin, which connected two APIs, South by and Texas. And do you see how it's a standalone thing and it's semi-controversial because it's so guaranteed awesome? So when you say, I'm so hezzy, then the hesitation comes from, I am Indian, and the last 5 generations of my people have made $9,000 total, all encompassing together. And so when it's, I am hezzy, that's hesitant, and that's new in the lingo, in the lexicon for entrepreneurship, where you're hesitant. And the double entendre is for us to patrol, curate, and recognize the words that we pick as we try to self-improve, where if you're thinking that a cowboy hat got trademarked, that's okay, because you can ask if I'm aware of having TITS, TITS, Texas Institute Technology and Sciences. Yeah, I should be the mayor of TITS. And so the sidebar comments, instead of bonding with the obvious genius that's sitting in front of you, is, why won't you change one word and then pick up more money than you've made and your family has made in the last 5 generations? Generational wealth, Gary Tan, head of Y Combinator, it's not in the book that you recommended for me to read, Generational Wealth. It is not. That's why I added subsequent chapters to that book, Generational Wealth, because we want to generate money generation to generation without passing the money down. Passing money doesn't work. Has it ever worked? No. All the money's gone after 3 generations. Passing the ability to milk cows, hezzy. If you can milk a cow, why buy the cow? There's milking cows everywhere. Is this really awesome Asian comedy? That's South Asian comedy? I laughed. I'm probably going to laugh when I watch this, because cows have milk and you're dropping TITS, which is Texas Institute Technology and Sciences. Just rolls right off the tongue. TITS is easier. Yes, a Chinese cowboy, and yes for oh yeah, F yeah. Hesitant with the external API. So when you begin to progress and you get from $0 to 600K, somebody's going to be jealous. And that jealousy is going to result in a frivolous lawsuit. This is the rules for how to win. You confirm the name, the nomenclature, the specific joke franchise that you're doing. Remember, it's point number 6 in the top 10 tips of comedians, number 1 through 70, business skills for comedians. Number 6 of 72, coming in at the top 10, is joke franchise. When you have a joke franchise, such as UTE Week, solo founder, now you are on the map. Now you will no longer hesitate and you will be in flow, because now a joke concept has taken off, where you could be wanting to do a pure new thing, but last time I checked, everything that is a brand new pure thing goes bankrupt. Like, name a pure brand new thing that started as a pure new thing that was brand new. I challenge you, because I've played this game before, which is you name me the company and I will list out the APIs that are there. And I understand that you went to your safety college in the Ivy League, tier 3, Yale. I get that, okay? I get that. This is what they're teaching you at Stanford Engineering and Stanford GSB. I can say this with the confidence level that I have is because, one, as far as entrepreneurship knowledge goes and trademark law as it pertains to the beginning steps of entrepreneurship, unmatched. Look at the Nathan Abbott Way green screen, which is hilarious. Altogether, in case people are temporarily confused, is this. We want to use guacamole, recipe number 23. Why do I call it guacamole like that? Do I have a speech impediment? No, I have an entrepreneurship empowerment from Lululemon. Lala Lime was actually taken, so I went to the better thing than Lululemon, which is guacamole. Why guacamole like that? Because I make guacamole so well that 2 Four Seasons hotels, which, remember, when you stay in a Four Seasons for 5 days, that's the equivalent dollars of 5 generations of Hezzy, 5 generations of Pakistan, 5 generations of fellow Asians from South Asia or Asia. That's the equivalent, is about $9,000 in the last 5 generations. Some of you guys are going to spend that in 3 days. I mean, one suite is $5,000. They're using Four Seasons Miami is using my guacamole recipe because I roasted garlic. How do you roast guacamole? I solved that problem. How does this apply to entrepreneurship? I'm glad you asked. Because how it applies to entrepreneurship is this. Can you add 25 genius steps? Can you? I can. And it turns out 1983, it's like the secret book of how to make money while you're making money. It's a secret book. Are you interested in that secret book? I bet you are. Let's keep rolling with these signature business recipes out of What They Don't Teach at Harvard Business School, written by Mark McCormack. 24 signature business recipes. But as soon as I say 1983, people are like, oh, that's old. That's old. 1983 is not that old if 1981 isn't that old, right? So I took these recipes from 1983 and I spruced them up by rebranding every 24 of them guacamole. And now VCs are like, oh, these are amazing plays. Oh, you're doing an external API. Oh, you're going from Crasher to VIP. Oh, you're doing a sold out event. Oh, you're doing tech sales. And so together within the problem that this university faced, which is at class, you're forced to try to become a billionaire. And I don't mean to laugh, but how's that? What? That's not. You're in a Stanford class teaching you how to be a billionaire via a unicorn? Via a unicorn? Look at that unicorn. Look at that cute little fluffy unicorn right there. See that? If we haven't met before, I'm not saying like and subscribe, but I am saying on Thursdays, I drop new episodes that are jaw-droppingly high quality because I prep. Look at this prep. It's not an accident. There's no hesitation. No hezzy. No hesitation in winning at what they don't teach you in school. Taking these recipes and assembling them so that way we can go from 0 to 2 units of money. Because generational wealth speaking, maybe your parents are screwing you up, rich kid, by giving you money. It turns out you don't need money to make money, and that's what guacamole is. That's what a used book for less than $5 is. That's what buying used books on Amazon in the United States helps accomplish, which is us winning using seemingly antiquated things. A paper book, citing page numbers, selling notebooks for a lot of money, selling existing books, specific knowledge to the page number, going from 0 to 2 videos, going from 0 to 3 pages read that you memorize. Maybe not verbatim because you're sloppy to read Harry Lorraine's When Memory Makes Money or Moonwalking with Einstein, and that's fine. Starting with external API, because that is the flagship franchise building, money making thing. Am I talking about making $600,000? I'm explaining to you how 0 to 1 works, because in Peter's book, which is a class from Stanford University, 2010, which is the most cutting edge class, and he forgot to study my class and my lectures, which include CS 183 E-Edit, which is the remix button. You can ship 2 videos and get off of 0. Guacamole recipe number 23. Now you're caught up, because together at this point in the live stream video, we can ship our first joke franchise. What's a joke franchise? It's something where you're saying, oh, we should do hot girls that are interested in entrepreneurship. Oh, we should call it Hot Girl Entrepreneur Club. That's a joke. Is this the 10th time, because I am the blonde billionaire whisperer, that I've done Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club? Oh yeah, look up asinine. Get it? You're an idiot if you don't run these simple recipes that are signature business protocols documented from 1983. In fact, you tell me the brand name Silicon Valley founder, I'll tell you which signature business recipes he ran out of 1983, Mark McCormack. It's a fun game, and it's got me a teaching gig, Stanford University, because why teach new stuff that doesn't work when I want the best of the best of the best from the last 6 millennia? Let me repeat that. The last 6,000 years. Does this make me number 1 in entrepreneurship education? Yeah, because I focus on $0. Every other education, school-based, gossip-based thing is dollars, $4 million to $2 billion. Guess what? Retards, literal retards, have taken a business from $4 million to $2 billion. It's just a surface area for luck. Oh, is this back to I am Hezzy? Because your surface area for luck is less. And am I saying that I mentored Andrew Luck? No, he's my mentor, but he said something positive about me. And now everybody who's quarterbacking at Stanford University knows the legend of Larry Chang. I'm giving myself goosebumps right now because now Stanford kids are flying up my butt in a way that they know me better than I know them, which is a huge no-no because I need to learn from you more than you learn from me if you're at Stanford, if I'm to keep aggressively moving ahead. No Hezzy. No Hezzy on the crossover. No Hezzy. If you're just landing here now, hi, I'm Larry Chang. The point, the tidbit, the knowledge nugget I want to transfer from here to you is actually not from my brain. It's from my mentor, Mark McCormack. He mentored me to do something that caused me to have so much confidence that this is the version of him that you see now. You didn't see the hesitant, fearful child in engineering school at the University of Illinois. Physics class, Professor Wolf. This is how the class was structured. 8 quizzes per week. They're not making you take all 8 quizzes. You have to prepare for one of the 8 quizzes. There's 20 weeks and you have 8 quizzes per week. 8 quizzes to understand takes you all semester. The game is rigged for you to fail. So you study maybe at most 2, 3, maximum 5 of the quizzes. And then on quiz day, Thursday, they present you with one of the 8. Does this sound like Russian roulette? Because if you get one of the quizzes that you didn't study for, you fail. This is how people fail out of college at a top 72 college, coming in at number 2. This is how people fail out. And I was like, what fresh hell did I sign up for? Fucking Tom Chang and his fucking MIT pedigree with his Yale mom, okay, his Yale girlfriend. I call her mommy. You aren't as smart as us. Go to a retarded school. What fresh, horrendous hell did I sign up for? I muddled through as the smartest human on the planet, right? I ended up acing it. But what did I do when I saw, I'm going to cry, half the people fail out of the University of Illinois? They literally failed out. 6 kids would jump. 2 would be successful in unaliving themselves. And then their roommate gets all A's. This is before when MIT used to not be pass-fail. Engineering school used to be a disaster. This is where we benefit because I solved the problem. I solved all 8 quizzes for the next 20 weeks, and then I would post the notes to FedEx and sell those notes for $60. For $60, would you like to ace all 8 quizzes? Totally legal, by the way, because this is an addendum. I am solving the physics quizzes because you can trademark the questions. You cannot trademark the answers because we're at mother-scratching University of Illinois or Urbana-Champaign. If you're writing the book, you can't trademark my critique or addendum or augmentation. Guess what happened? we started to make a lot of money, and I had one business partner. Let's call him Craig Masterson because that was his name. Craig. Why do I spell out his first name? Because our phone number was 328 Craig. 217-328 Craig. That was our business name. It was our call to action. It was our website. Because why do you need a website when you can just call me to give me money for the Physics 107 notes? By the way, I actually dated Lori, the Kappa Kappa Gamma. Her phone number was 328 Lori. 328 LORI. And I was like, do you realize that your phone number is Fat Lori? FATLORI. Anyway, our business is called Fat Craig. Guess who calls us into the office? My first trademark defense calls into the office. I'm thinking I'm going to get expelled because I don't know trademark law. I thought that it was hilarious that I was making thousands of dollars per week. Guess who doesn't go to the meeting? Craig Masterson. He's like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. He didn't want to get expelled. Me? What was my plan B? This is my plan B, baby. This is my plan B. I'm like, I'll just go to Fruitville, Northern California from the University of Illinois. I go. Professor Wolf sits me down. He's like, where's your business partner? I'm like, he quit. Craig. So I'm running a business called Fat Craig. He goes, you're real good looking. I was like, oh my God, is that what this meeting's going to be about? Because I'm not sucking anything sausage related. I'm fine with getting expelled. How do you not like that? How do you not like that? That's hilarious. He launches the first salvo, which is, you're a good looking guy. And I was like, I answered your emails. Like, I'm here, aren't I? Like, why would other people not email you back? Because they don't want to be asked like homo things. And he goes, no, I don't mean that. Because he saw that I was scared. I was like, oof. Can we open the office door? He goes, you're tall and good looking, just like my son who just passed away from brain cancer. Josh, my son Josh, he died. And I miss him. And you remind me of him. And I was like, what kind of fucking expulsion is this? Because it's kind of entertaining, actually. And I was like, knowing in the back of my head, I'm going to get expelled. I was like, well, tell me about him. He's like, he was fresh, he was full of life, and then he got sick. And I was like, and I don't know why I said what I said. And I'm like, you'll see him eventually. You'll see him eventually. And I'm sure he's with you now and watching you expel me. I didn't say that part. I was like, eventually we're all going to be meeting up. So let's go. Let's expel me. Who cries on a live stream? Nobody. Pussies do. So he's like, who the fuck are you? Am I talking to an octogenarian? I don't know what the octagon is, but I know what a three-way is. I know what a sextumvirate is, which is super fielder, and now we're back on I am Hezzy. He then says, do you understand Hezzy, super fielder? Super fielder is good at law, good at sports, good at football, good at basketball, good at baseball. Super fielder, good at math, real good at calculus, good at engineering, good at audit, good at finance, able to not be hezzy when you learn shit from the master of crypto, Nick Szabo. Learning. Learning how to learn. Super fielder, multiple wins, multiple areas that you win. Are you a full-time vagina whisperer? No, I'm semi-retired doing book club, Walt, tonight, 5:25, Omni Hotel. Bring that book that is the third grade book that you were thinking about doing, UT. I think it was The Alchemist. Why don't you text the group chat? Why don't you guys start a group chat? Why don't you start the group chat? Nadi Shanana breathing. I am Hezzy. Do I speak South Indian? Kind of hanging out and talking to a Pakistani girl. She's pretty cute. He says, do not know how trademark law works. I was like, I don't think I'm going to get, this is Professor Wolf now talking to me about paste copying his physics notes, writing in all the answers, and then selling it for 60 to 90 bucks to guarantee that you won't fill out. He goes, do you not know how trademark law works? And I was like, is this going to be a lecture about the law before you expel me? Because I don't need representation. This is my plan B. They still call me to attend this college. So I got a plan B. No, I don't understand crap all, Professor Wolf, about trademark. I don't understand shit. He's like, well, this is how it works. You're stealing my stuff, but I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to write you a 2-year letter for you to continue to make money selling notes. And you will continue to sell these notes for 2 years. Afterwards, you have to stop. I was like, okay. So I'm not getting expelled? I didn't quite say that part, but I thought it. And he's like, okay, so I'm going to write you that letter, and then I think we're good here. This is a good meeting. It was great meeting you. I'm like, what just happened? I got a 2-year exclusive to sell Physics 107 notes from Professor Wolf with a letter. This is also why I have this letter. You always want to get shit in writing. You always want to get shit in writing. You always want to get stuff in writing. So he gave me a 2-year letter. That concludes this TED Talk of how to leverage an external API and delve into trademark law in doing a calculated springboard of us launching a joke franchise. You want to clear it with me, and then remember, I'm your non-employee co-founder in on this deal. Non-employee co-founder, baby. Who's winning? We are. We are winning.